All right. We have reached day 100 of the Tribulation, 5/15/2011. And the world continues to spiral downwards into total chaos. You know, the story of the day, about 24 hours ago, all the major networks started reporting on how the rebels had broken through and had captured Tripoli, and that it was the end of Gadafhy. The British Prime Minister got out there and said something, and of course our President Obama got out there and said, hey, you know, this is what it's all about. But I got news for you. You know, the news is breaking right now. It's about 5 p.m. here on the West Coast, but I don't think Gadafy is captured. They're saying his son isn't captured, and I was thinking, man, this whole thing smells like a trap, you know, because there was no resistance. All the rebel guys just flooded into the center of Tripoli, and I was thinking, man, that's a classic military maneuver, man, which is the spider, you know, letting the victim come on into the web. And that's kind of what's breaking on the news today, this very hour, is that Gadafy and his son said they're fighting back. And I'm telling you, man, we could be looking at a blood fest. This story's far from over, and all these people, you know, our president trying to say, oh, you know, democracy, peace and democracy. You know what? None of that's happening. That's just a bunch of jib-jab, makeup, smoke and mirrors. You know, the real battle is yet to be waged. So we got to keep an eye on it. And at the same time, in Syria, Assad looks like he's more locked into power than ever. You know, so right now, where is America? We got a president that is leading from behind, and basically that means he's following or not leading at all. And, you know, America needs to stand tall and, you know, make sure that things happen in the way that we need them to happen. But, you know, that's not what's happening right now. Is we got America just basically following the orders of NATO or whatever. You know, the other big story that's been on the sports channels and the news channels was, you know, football this weekend in the Bay Area. The Raiders played the 49ers, and then after the game, you know, it was total violence and chaos that broke out. A couple people got killed, a couple people got their heads beat in. And I'm going to tell you a couple of things. One, you know, violence, especially at a Raider game, isn't even actually anything, you know, new. I went to a game, the Houston Oilers against the Raiders, when they first returned back from LA, and I was stupid enough to wear a Houston Oilers shirt to a Raider game, and, you know, I'm lucky to have gotten out of there with my life, man. So I learned right then and right there, you don't walk into the Oakland Coliseum wearing enemy colors. Now, any place else in the NFL, people are civilized, and, you know, you could cheer on whatever team you want. But now with the Bay Area rivalry and the 49ers and the Raiders, you know, going head-to-head the last couple of seasons in preseason, you know, all of a sudden it's escalated to this whole new level of violence that is even more violent than what normally goes on in Oakland. And I'm going to tell you, you know, part of what's happening here is the whole gang thing, you know. If you look at the footage, you know, it's, you know, a lot of gang-related territories, people saying 408, 510, the 650, you know, who cares? But that same dynamic is what's been tearing up my park over across the street, man, because that's, you know, how the teenagers and the gangs over there, you know, that's how it all is. You know, they got this mentality. It's like the tribe, you know, the easily mobilized to strike. So those elements, you know, are in our society, and that was the point I was getting to in a couple of blogs back when we looked at what happened in England with society breaking down. You know, don't be fooled. It could happen here in America, and you just saw it this weekend at the 49er Raider game, man. Those people fighting like savages in the stands. So, you know, read the blog that I wrote, Bracing for the First Wave. You know, you'll see, you know, what I'm recommending on how we deal with it. But, you know, dark days are ahead, you know, dark clouds on the horizon. Right now, the chaos continues. I gotta take my dogs down to the park. And, you know, just to try and counteract all the negativity, I might pick up an extra pile of dog poop. I'm gonna think positive, I'm gonna keep the faith. in the eye of the storm, in the midst of the storm, that's when you got to stand tall. All right, peace.